Hey guys, I felt a little bit like that Jabba the Hutt thing. Remember the Jabba the Hutt thing that had the thing that came across his shoulder and it was like part of his head? I feel a little bit like that. So I made this in exchange for my carding drum carder. And so who it is made for, you tell me if it turned out the way you wanted it to. It has a long tassel at the end. So when you're skiing, it's supposed to like fly out behind you down up the mountain. Anyway, I have a whole bunch. Oh, it's warm. Okay, this is made out of, the tan is 100% alpaca, and the dark stripes are kid mohair, alpaca, a little bit of Romney from my sheep, and what else? And a little bit of Angora from my rabbits. So, let me know what you think. He whom this is intended for. Lots to talk about today. Okay, so any of you who don't know what Periscope is a social media platform where you go on and you have a live chat while you're doing something. So this morning I did goat milking in the rain, and I set my camera up in the garage so that you could watch the ducks try and eat all the grain while I was trying to go get the goat, and then you watch me milk the goat. And as viewers, you get to type in questions, and I watch the screen, and if you have a question, I answer it. And at first I was really overwhelmed by it because I felt like I couldn't just sit there with the camera in front of my face and talk. However, I have found that I can set the phone up and walk away and do stuff and come back and talk to you to explain things to you, and I'm comfortable with that because it's very similar to what I do on my YouTube videos. So it's in order to see my Periscopes, go to Twitter and sign up to follow me, which is Dirtpatcheaven. And then whenever I do a Periscope, it will do a tweet to you to tell, or an alert. It'll do an alert to say that I'm Periscoping, because the Periscope is linked to the Twitter thing. I'm still struggling with the Twitter thing. The Periscope I think I'm getting. And this morning I did it at 8:30 Mountain Time. So the nice thing is that I can save that so that you can watch it on rewatch. Without actually being able to interact with me, but you can watch the Periscope for 24 hours after I make it. And then if I really like it, I can actually take it and download it to YouTube so that you can see it. So I would love if you guys would come and see that, because it was super fun this morning. I only had one person on that was sitting there chatting with me, but it was really fun to sit there and be milking and actually have a conversation with somebody else about my milking style, what kind of goat I had, how much milk she gave. It was super fun. And that is how I am trying to get a wider audience. Because I don't know, I have a lot of videos, but for the number of videos that I have, I don't have a huge number of subscribers. I love my subscribers, and I just want more of you. It's just so fun to have all these friends that interact with me all the time. So there's that. So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and now Periscope, and I have been doing some Snapchats lately that I thought were really fun. I have no idea how you go there, but it's all under Dirtpatcheaven. I'm just learning how to use these smartphone programs, and so I can't actually tell you how to use them. I can just say, if you're already familiar with the platform, go and look for Dirtpatcheaven. And I need more Spotlight Sundays, so if any of you are big into making your own videos and you'd like me to spotlight you, please contact me, because I am out. And I don't know if I need to just do a shout out again and say, hey guys, I would love to do spotlights of you if I haven't done it yet. So there's that. And then, yeah, I've just got a lot to talk about. The girls are sick today, so I will probably be doing a lot of carding. I'm thinking, this is something that's kind of fiddling around in my brain, I would like to do special order hats and scarves and gloves and sweaters on Etsy. I like to do special orders. I don't like to just churn something out and then put it up on an Etsy store and be like, well, maybe somebody will want it. I like to have a picture of the person I'm making for in my mind when I'm carding it, when I'm choosing the colors, or you can choose the colors, and then to be able to make it special for you and be able to have little conversations with you about what colors you want and what pattern you want. That's really what I love to do. I don't really want to be a production mill type of I'm just going to knit something up that I like, and then I'm going to put it out there and hopefully somebody wants it. with that being the case, they're laborious projects that take time. So I can't just put up a button that says special order hat or special order scarf or special order gloves and just put an unlimited number out there. Just in case you guys really like them, I can't get 20 orders done in a month. I can probably do 4, because and this is kind of how I'm thinking of doing the pricing, is that if you pick a yarn that I've already made, it would be cheaper than if I had to do, because it would, at that point all I'd have to do is knit it. But if you pick your own colors and then I card it and then I spin it and then I knit it, it would double the amount of time that I put into it. And so we're trying to think of prices, and the thing is that this is really what I love to do. I love to do the specialty orders, and I'm a little bit torn about the pricing, because I want to price them at what I know I could afford for that item, and my husband says, honey, you've got 20 hours into that. If you charge that much, you're making $1.50 an hour for this specialty item. And I know that a lot of my viewers are kind of in our position where it's wiser to go get something from Walmart than it is to order a specialty item. So for those of you who are budget tight, I'm kind of thinking that I'd still like to be able to trade things. That I could put these things out at a reasonable price on Etsy that would actually probably pay me about $5 an hour for what I'm doing. Because for a hat, if I card it and dye it and spin it, although I'm not counting the dyeing hours. I'm not counting the dyeing hours. I'm just counting the carding and the spinning hours. Then a hat takes me, on the minimum side, it takes me 20 hours. If I'm taking a lot of care on it, it takes me 40 hours to make a hat. And I love to do it. That's the thing. I love to do it. But my husband and I are not fighting, but we're trying to figure this out, to respect the pennies of the people who are watching, and yet to still get a good amount that would pay me back for the labor that I have into it. So we'll see. The other thing is I wanted to talk about is favorite book, and I might have to do this in a different one because I'm kind of jabbering on in this post. But I did want to show it to you. It's called Herbal Home Healthcare by Dr. Christopher. And if you want to know how to make tinctures and ointments and herbal remedies and how to use them, this is a fantastic book. I really, really like it. And I struggle a little bit with the diet that he suggests. He wants what he calls a mucusless diet, which features mainly grains. And no meats and no dairy. And for my particular digestion, I have to eat a lot of meat and I have to eat a lot of dairy, and I can't eat any grains. So I would think I imagine this guy is LDS, because that's kind of the word of wisdom in the LDS religion suggests eating a lot of grains and not a lot of meat. And so there's that. But I think that his medicinal suggestions are pretty much in line with what I've read from other people, but it's in a simpler format, easier to understand. And I'm working on, the other thing was, if we get around to it, and I could do special orders for people, if I can't dye a fiber the color that you want, we would add on the price of purchasing that fiber from Etsy and just include that into the price, or let you buy the fiber and send it to me, and that would definitely decrease the price. Did I mention my kids are sick? My kids are sick, so I'm just down here taking a moment before I go upstairs and try to comfort them again. This time of year, I really want my kids to be in some social activities, like they're taking dance right now, and yet I find that a lot of times it doesn't pay off in the keeping everybody healthy scheme of things. I've rearranged my room, and I'd like to show you guys all this stuff, but anyway, squirrel. Periscope, please go check me out on Periscope, because I am having so much fun with it right now. And just so Trish, she's one of my subscribers, she's the one that turned me on to this, and she does homeschool Periscopes at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, 9 o'clock Mountain Time, and I love to watch her. She's so fantastic, and she cheers me up, and she ends with a prayer at the end that just blesses my heart for the whole rest of the day. And I just find her, I cherish her, and she's such a good friend. And, but the fun thing about the Periscope is you guys get to ask me questions in the middle of me doing whatever activity I'm doing. So if I was butchering a chicken, you could ask me while I'm butchering the chicken, so why are you doing it that way? And I could tell you. And anyway, love you guys. We'll talk to you later.